Avril Lavigne burst onto the music scene in the early 2000s, seemingly out of nowhere. She was unlike anything the world had seen before, a skater girl from small-town Canada, wielding her guitar and angst in a music industry dominated by polished pop princesses. Her unique blend of punk rock attitude, catchy melodies, and authentic lyrics made her a global sensation, cementing her as one of the most influential artists of her generation. Avril's journey from a rebellious teen to a seasoned artist has been filled with highs and lows. But through it all, she has stayed true to herself, continually reinventing her sound and defying industry expectations. Early life and small-town beginnings. Born on September 27, 1984, in Belleville, Ontario, Canada, Avril Ramona Lavigne grew up in a close-knit family, the second of three children to Judith Rosanne, Losha, and Jean-Claude Lavigne. From a young age, Avril's parents recognized her passion for music. Her father bought her a guitar when she was only 5, a pivotal moment that would eventually set her on the path to stardom. The Lavignes soon moved to Napanee, a small rural town in Ontario, where Avril spent most of her childhood. In this quiet, conservative community, Avril stood out. She was a tomboy, often seen playing hockey or skateboarding with the boys, and her taste in music leaned more toward bands like Green Day, Blink, 182, and the Goo Goo Dolls than the typical pop music of the era. It was clear early on that she had a rebellious spirit and was determined to carve her own path. Music became Avril's outlet for self-expression. She sang in her local church choir and began writing songs as a teenager. At age 14, she won a radio contest to sing with Shania Twain, a Canadian country music star. This event ignited her desire to pursue a career in music. Avril's talent was undeniable, and soon she was performing at local fairs, coffee houses, and talent shows, honing her craft in front of any audience she could find. The big break, from Napanee to the Big Apple. By the time Avril was 16, her raw talent caught the attention of music producers, and she found herself in contact with Arista Records in New York City. It was her connection with music executive Antonio L.A. Reid that would change everything. Reid signed Avril to Arista after hearing just a few tracks and was convinced she had the potential to be a star. With this major record deal in hand, Avril moved to Los Angeles to start working on her debut album. While the music industry at the time was dominated by bubblegum pop acts like Britney Spears and Christina Aguilera, Avril's tomboyish persona and punk-influenced sound stood out. She didn't conform to the glitz and glamour of pop stardom. Instead, she stayed true to her skater punk roots, wearing baggy pants, tank tops, and ties, an iconic look that would become synonymous with her brand. Let Go, a global sensation. Avril's debut album, Let Go, was released in 2002, and it was nothing short of a cultural phenomenon. The first single, Complicated, became an instant hit, catapulting Avril to international stardom. The song, with its catchy hook and relatable lyrics about the frustrations of superficial relationships, resonated with teenagers everywhere. Her voice, tinged with both vulnerability and attitude, became the anthem for a generation of teens who felt misunderstood. Let Go was a commercial success, selling over 16 million copies worldwide, and was certified multi-platinum in several countries. Other hit singles from the album, such as Sk8er Boi and I'm With You, further cemented Avril's status as a bona fide pop-punk queen. The success of the album earned her several award nominations, including 8 Grammy nods, making her one of the youngest artists to be recognized by the prestigious awards at just 17. Despite her meteoric rise, Avril remained grounded. In interviews, she often spoke about her small-town upbringing and how her family kept her grounded. She was the antithesis of the manufactured pop star, a self-taught musician with an edge, writing her own songs and playing her guitar. Her authenticity made her stand out, and her music resonated with a generation of listeners who were looking for something real. Defining a new genre, the rise of pop-punk. Though pop-punk was not a new genre when Avril arrived on the scene, her unique combination of accessible melodies and rebellious attitude redefined what pop-punk could be. She seamlessly blended the angst of punk rock with the catchy hooks of pop, creating a sound that was palatable to the mainstream but still retained its edge. Avril's success also paved the way for other female artists to explore more aggressive, non-conventional sounds in the pop world. Her influence on artists like Hayley Williams of Paramore, Demi Lovato, and Billie Eilish is evident, as they have all acknowledged Avril as a trailblazer for women in pop rock. The sophomore album, Under My Skin. After the massive success of Let Go, expectations were high for Avril's follow-up album. In 2004, she released Under My Skin, an album that showcased a darker and more mature side of the young artist. Songs like My Happy Ending and Nobody's Home dealt with more serious themes, including heartbreak and loneliness. Under My Skin debuted at #1 on the Billboard 200 chart and solidified Avril's place in the industry as a true songwriter and artist, not just a one-hit wonder. The album was praised for its emotional depth, with critics noting that Avril's songwriting had matured significantly since her debut. This period also marked a shift in Avril's personal life. She began to embrace a more rock-oriented image, with darker clothes and more introspective lyrics. The punk princess was growing up, and her fans were growing with her. Personal struggles and growth. The journey to the best damn thing. As Avril's fame continued to rise, so did the scrutiny surrounding her personal life. In 2006, she married Derek Whibley, the lead singer of the punk rock band Sum 41. The two had been friends for years before their relationship turned romantic. Avril's marriage was widely covered in the media, but it was also a sign that the rebellious skater girl was growing up. In 2007, Avril released her third album, The Best Damn Thing. This album marked a significant departure from the darker tones of Under My Skin, embracing a more pop-punk, upbeat sound. The lead single, Girlfriend, became one of her biggest hits to date, topping the charts in multiple countries. The song's brash, in-your-face attitude was a throwback to the rebelliousness that had defined Avril's earlier work, but with a more polished, pop-friendly production. The Best Damn Thing was commercially successful, and the album's lighter, more fun vibe brought Avril back to the top of the charts. However, it also marked a period of transition in her life. By 2009, Avril and Derek Whibley had divorced, signaling the end of an era for the artist, both personally and professionally. Reinvention and Resilience, Goodbye Lullaby, and Beyond. Following her divorce and a period of personal reflection, Avril returned with her fourth studio album, Goodbye Lullaby, in 2011. This album marked a shift in Avril's sound and attitude, as it featured more introspective, acoustic-driven tracks that showcased her growth as a songwriter. Songs like What the Hell and Wish You Were Here reflected her evolving sound, but the album overall was more subdued compared to her previous releases. Goodbye Lullaby was well received by critics, though it did not reach the commercial heights of her earlier albums. However, it showed a more vulnerable side of Avril, one that resonated with her fans as she navigated the highs and lows of her personal life in the public eye. In 2013, Avril married Chad Kroeger, the lead singer of Nickelback. Their relationship was closely followed by the media, but the couple kept much of their private life out of the spotlight. Avril's fifth studio album, Avril Lavigne, was released that same year, featuring a mix of pop, rock, and electronic influences. Songs like Here's to Never Growing Up and Let Me Go, a duet with Kroeger, reflected Avril's enduring youthful spirit and her desire to remain connected with her past while also embracing new musical directions. Battling Lyme disease, a life-changing struggle. In 2015, Avril revealed that she had been diagnosed with Lyme disease, a bacterial infection transmitted through tick bites. The illness left her bedridden for months, and she described the experience as one of the most challenging periods of her life. Avril's battle with Lyme disease not only affected her physically, but also had a profound emotional toll. She has since become an advocate for Lyme disease awareness, using her platform to educate others about the illness and the importance of early detection. During this time, Avril took a step back from the music industry to focus on her health and well-being. Fans rallied around her, offering support through social media and eagerly awaiting her return to the spotlight. The comeback, Head Above Water. In 2019, after a lengthy hiatus, Avril made her long-awaited comeback with the release of Head Above Water. The album was deeply personal chronicling her battle with Lyme disease and her fight for survival. The title track, Head Above Water, was an emotional anthem about overcoming adversity and finding strength in the face of overwhelming odds. Head Above Water was praised by critics for its raw honesty and emotional depth, and it marked a triumphant return for Avril. The album's themes of resilience and perseverance resonated with fans, many of whom had followed her journey through illness and recovery. Avril's enduring legacy and influence. Avril Lavigne's impact on the music industry cannot be overstated. She burst onto the scene as a breath of fresh air, breaking the mold of what a female pop star could be. Her unapologetic attitude, coupled with her raw talent, made her an icon for a generation of listeners who were drawn to her authenticity and relatability. Throughout her career, Avril has stayed true to her punk rock roots while also evolving as an artist. She has navigated personal and professional challenges with resilience, always emerging stronger and more determined. Her influence can be seen in the rise of other pop-punk artists and the growing acceptance of women in rock music. Avril Lavigne's net worth, a reflection of her successful career. Avril Lavigne's impressive career has spanned over 2 decades, and with her success in music, acting, and various business ventures, she has accumulated substantial wealth. As of 2024, Avril Lavigne's estimated net worth is approximately $60 million. This fortune is the result of multiple revenue streams, including her music sales, world tours, endorsements, fashion ventures, and more. 1. Music sales and royalties. A significant portion of Avril's net worth stems from her music career. Her debut album, Let Go, remains one of the best-selling albums of the 2000s, with over 16 million copies sold worldwide. The album's massive commercial success, combined with the sales of her subsequent albums, Under My Skin 2004, The Best Damn Thing 2007, Goodbye Lullaby 2011, Avril Lavigne 2013, and Head Above Water 2019, has contributed heavily to her earnings. In addition to album sales, Avril earns royalties from the countless times her music is streamed on platforms like Spotify, Apple Music, and YouTube. Iconic tracks like Complicated, Sk8er Boi, and Girlfriend have amassed millions of streams over the years, providing a continuous stream of revenue. 2. World tours and live performances. Another key element of Avril Lavigne's income comes from her live performances. Her global tours, such as Try to Shut Me Up Tour, the Best Damn Tour, the Black Star Tour, and the Head Above Water Tour, have consistently drawn large audiences, adding millions to her net worth. Her energetic performances and strong fan base have ensured that she remains in demand as a live performer. Touring is typically one of the most lucrative aspects of a musician's career, and for Avril, it has played a significant role in building her wealth. 3. Acting and voice work. Beyond music, Avril has explored opportunities in film and television. While acting hasn't been her primary focus, she has appeared in several films, including Fast Food Nation 2006 and Over the Hedge 2006, in which she voiced the character of Heather, a young opossum. Although these roles did not dominate her career, they added to her earnings and helped her diversify her income streams. 4. Business ventures and endorsements. Avril Lavigne has also ventured into the business world, launching a successful fashion line, Abbey Dawn, in 2008. Abbey Dawn's edgy, punk rock-inspired clothing line reflects Avril's personal style and has resonated with her fan base. Avril's involvement in the fashion industry has been a natural extension of her brand, allowing her to reach audiences beyond her music. In addition to her fashion ventures, Avril has secured lucrative endorsement deals with major brands over the years. For example, she collaborated with Proactive for skincare advertisements, as well as with Canon and other companies for promotional campaigns. These endorsement deals have brought in significant income and helped expand her influence outside of the music world. 5. Fragrance line. Avril Lavigne also launched her own fragrance line, which included perfumes such as Black Star 2009, Forbidden Rose 2010, and Wild Rose 2011. These products were well received, especially among her teenage fans, adding to her diversified income portfolio. The success of her fragrances allowed Avril to connect with her fan base in new ways while increasing her net worth. 6. Real estate investments. As is common with many celebrities, Avril has invested in real estate, adding further to her wealth. Over the years, she has owned several luxurious homes, particularly in Los Angeles. Notably, in 2020, she listed her 10,000 square foot mansion in Sherman Oaks, California, for nearly $5 million. Real estate investments have contributed to her financial stability, and property sales have provided additional sources of income. Avril Lavigne's financial legacy. Avril Lavigne's net worth is a reflection of her hard work, talent, and versatility as an artist and entrepreneur. From her record-breaking music career to her successful business ventures, Avril has built an impressive financial portfolio that has allowed her to maintain her influence in the entertainment world while giving back to causes that matter to her. As Avril continues to release music, tour, and engage in new projects, her wealth is likely to grow further. However, beyond the numbers, Avril's legacy is rooted in her lasting impact on the music industry and her ability to inspire generations of fans with her authenticity, resilience, and unwavering dedication to her craft.